Hi and welcome to Movie Monday. Today's recipe is the Empire Biscuits from Brave, the Pixar movie, and we're gonna be making them vegan and gluten-free. So let's get started. As you can see in the movie, they look like they're some kind of brioche. It's more like a bread or cake, but the origin is these Empire biscuits, which are cookies filled with jam and topped with a glazed cherry. So I'm gonna make the dough for the cookies, and then I'm gonna try to make some cookies like the original ones, and then we're also gonna try to make some that look more like the movie ones. So yeah, let's start cooking. I have here a mix of gluten-free flour and almond flour, some vegan butter and some oil, and then I'm gonna use flaxseed eggs. And for that I have here about 70 milliliters of warm water, which is more or less the equivalent for one egg. You can either use normal flaxseed, I have it ground, which is like blended already, and I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons. Try to mix it so it doesn't have clumps, and you're gonna see that it starts getting thick. And I got these flax seeds to help myself eat grain-free, and I actually got them in Amazon, and they're really good, and it was, I think, a pretty good price for the amount that it has. Kind of full still, and I use it a lot. Actually, in the next recipe on Wednesday, you're gonna see the bread that I make with this flaxseed. And just with this time, you see it's already like even more jelly-like. So let's start mixing. To be honest, I've never used flaxseed to make cookies, so I'm gonna try to make it as if it was like normal cookies, and I'm gonna throw in the butter. You can use just butter, but I didn't have enough, so I mixed it with oil, and hopefully that's also gonna work. And I'm gonna put the flaxseed egg. It should be around 70 grams, 60-70 grams. So I'm gonna start mixing these two things, and I'm gonna throw in the sugar. It's actually looking really good and really similar to when you make normal cookies or normal like cakes and things like that, so that's nice. I'm also gonna add some vanilla extract. Look at the consistency, that's pretty egg-like. And then here with my flours, I'm also gonna add some baking powder, and we're gonna start mixing and incorporating the flour. It's getting formed. Look at this. Oops. Let's take it out and check if we need more flour. Oh my god, this tastes amazing. I thought they would be missing flour, but it's actually pretty good. Oh my god, can you come? I want you to taste the raw dough because I'm impressed. So it's vegan and gluten-free. Isn't this really good?
Yeah.
So the dough, look at it, it's pretty soft, but it's not sticky. That looks perfect. I'm gonna put this in a bowl, and I'm gonna cover it and leave it in the fridge for about half an hour, 1 hour. We need it to get more firm, so then it's easier to cut the cookies and for them to keep the form. Because if not, then in the oven they kind of melt and everything gets spread out. And that's not what we're looking for. Okay, and to the fridge. Okay, our dough has rested for about an hour. I think it could do a little bit more time, so I'm gonna cut it and maybe put it in the fridge a little bit longer. We'll see. Then I have here some cutters that I just got, and I think I'm gonna do this size for the original ones. And for that we're gonna need 2 per cookie. I think it's the first time I'm not cutting cookies with a lid from Nutella or things like that. So I have 8 cookies here, and I'm gonna bring them to the fridge for about half an hour so they are more firm. Okay, and now I'll try to make the ones that look more like Brave's cookies. So basically the idea is to have them as a ball because they're gonna melt a little bit, and maybe they're gonna probably get to a similar shape as the ones in the movie. So I'm gonna put this also in the fridge for about half an hour. And while we wait, I also wanted to talk a little bit about the movie because I'm a really big fan of animated movies. Actually, I studied audiovisual media and I learned a lot on animation on my final degree project. And I remember watching a TED Talk about a cinematographer from Pixar, which I'm gonna put the link to the TED Talk down in the description of the video, so you can check it if you're interested in that. But they were talking about the cinematography in Brave, and there's a shot that it's pretty impressive when they show you the 3D versus the final result, like how the scene is looking before and after lighting the scene. And it's really cool.
In rough form, it might look like this, and in final form, like this.
And I feel like it's a work that most times gets unnoticed, and it's really impressive, like how the thing changes completely just by adding the proper lighting into it.
To set the time of day, to create the mood, to guide the audience's eye.
And also in Brave, they faced the problem of Merida's hair.
Hair was a really big deal in Brave.
Because they had never worked on something like that, and they had to create a specific software thing. I don't remember exactly what it is. I don't remember the technical part, but I know that they had to create something specific just to create her hair. So yeah, just some random facts about the movie that I personally know. And there's also this Pixar theory, which is thing for another video, but I'm gonna link a website where it explains everything. It's basically a theory that says that all the Pixar movies are connected in time. They say that the girl from Monsters Inc. is the witch in Brave because Merida opens the door and the witch is there, and then when she opens the door again, nothing's there anymore. And I mean, Monsters Inc., doors, changing spaces, that can be connected. She has a wooden form of Sullivan, but yeah, I'm gonna put the link of that in the description of the video too. Now they're probably gonna be ready, so let's check on the cookies. I'm gonna put it at 180, 200 for about 10-12 minutes, we'll see. Okay, and now while we wait, I'm gonna prepare the royal icing that we're gonna put on top. I have here some icing sugar. Sugar in my mouth. And then here I have some water, and I'm gonna start with just 2 tablespoons, and I'm gonna mix. And I think this is the consistency it should have. I'm gonna cover it because I still have 5 minutes on the cookies until they're ready. We're gonna need half of a glazed cherry on top of each cookie, and I'm gonna cut them, so then we just need to place them. And the last thing I'm gonna be using is some strawberry jam. I seriously can't wait to try them. They look really good. They haven't stick to the bottom or anything, and they're a little bit fluffy. If you cook them longer, they're gonna be more hard, but I think I prefer them like this, so I'm good with that. So I'm gonna start pairing the classic ones. You can make your own strawberry jam too, and even make it without sugar and things like that. And now we're gonna throw in our icing. We're gonna throw it in top and let it fall. This is more like in the movie, although they broke kind of a lot on top. I think that's how they're supposed to be. And this is like the fancy ones. And now let's put the cherries on top. That looks perfect. They look really good. I think they look really good and really similar to the ones in the movie, so I'm really proud of that. And now we're gonna try them. Which one should I try? Maybe the movie one? Okay, let's try it. This is absolutely delicious. And the consistency and like everything is super good for being vegan and gluten-free. Oh, I'm gonna try the other one. I mean, it is pretty sweet, obviously, because it has all the sugar on top. So maybe without the sugar, they would be not that sweet, but still, it's a treat. It's super good. So they are both super good. This one is obviously sweeter because it has jam on top of the sugar and everything. And this one is more cookie-like, so it's more firm, like more hard. And this one is kind of more fluffy, which I like a lot. I think I would even prefer this one because I like it to be fluffy. So this is how they look inside. You can tell that this one is more fluffy. They're really delicious and super easy to make. And that's it for today's video. I hope you like it. The cookies are really good and they're pretty easy to make, easier than what I thought. And they're vegan, gluten-free, they have almost everything. Remember to like the video if you liked it, because that really helps the channel, and to subscribe if you haven't done it yet, and to follow me on Instagram, because you are picking the movies that are coming here, and that's on Instagram for now. So you can follow me there if you wanna pick the movie you want to see next, which is actually gonna be this one.
I'm going to make hazelnut soup for dinner, your favorite. Surprise!
And with that said, I'll see you in the next one. From now on, I'm gonna improvise something like this to make raw cookie dough. That's amazing. I'm totally gonna be doing this when I finish filming this video.